welcome to another video here on my YouTube channel, where today we're gonna have a story time about our first time buying a home. Yes, if you haven't been following, me and my husband are now officially first time home buyers, so I'm just gonna take the time in this video to get into it and the story, and I'm gonna show you a slideshow of our home. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, like this video and press subscribe below. So let's just get into it. Okay. So a little bit of history about me and my husband is that we lived in Hawaii prior to Colorado, and we knew that coming to Colorado we want to buy a home because this is where our family is, but just living in Hawaii made it really challenging handling that process overseas, plus there being a pandemic going on. It made it really hard. We did know the criterias that we wanted for this home. I knew right off the bat that I did not want to go over a certain price point. I prayed to the Lord about that. I did not want to be house poor, so I wanted a certain price point, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I've always wanted acreage, but I was fine with just having a little yard. And cosmetically, I was also okay with having to do, a few little things cosmetically, but if not, that would be best. So yeah, we did kind of have a list that me and my husband just talked about and prayed about that we really wanted. But the Colorado housing market is so competitive that a house can be listed in a day and sold that same day. So it was just kind of becoming a little bit discouraging, and just for the ease of everything, we just decided to go into an apartment thinking that things would be easier, but to our experience, nothing is as easy as it always seems. We found out that this apartment had a lot of internal issues, and it was also a lot smaller. I came from a 1,600 square foot house in Hawaii to a 900 square foot apartment in Colorado, so it was tremendously smaller than what we were used to, and I was trying to make it work, but it was hard, and it felt as comfortable as we could make it, but just not the best thing that we wanted. So with my husband and his job and him having to travel a lot, we knew that he was gonna have to travel soon, so we really wanted to figure out what we could do, if we were gonna stay or if we were gonna go. But we kind of didn't have anything solidified yet. We were just kind of just waiting for a sign, and I got a sign. I got God's miracle ping to my phone. I got alerted that this house was available on Zillow, and it had just been on the market. And so I was like, oh my God, it's too good to be true. It literally had everything that I asked for, everything that I wanted in the house. So I called up that realtor and I said, is this house still available? And he says, yeah, it's still available. It's still on the market. And I said, well, it was a Friday night. So I said, well, can I schedule a showing time on Saturday? And he told me, no, you need to go see this house tonight. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'm just thankful that he did that, because he knew that the housing market was so competitive, and that if I would have waited to Saturday, I would not have an opportunity. Probably it would just be much harder. And so I went Friday night. There was one showing prior to us Friday morning, and one showing after us, and we put in an offer on the house right after we saw the house. We loved the house. I knew it was my house. I knew it was the house that the Lord gave me. And yeah, we put an offer. Well, it was kind of a bummer, because the realtor said that the buyers had went with the first offer, the first people who saw it Friday morning. So that was a bummer. I was just like, God, what is going on? Like, I know this is my house. This is my house. I've already spoken into existence. This is it. And a couple days didn't pass, and my realtor called back and he says, I don't know what happened. This is really crazy. But the first people, they went with another house. They're not gonna go with this house. And the buyer wants to know if you are still interested before he puts the house back on the market. And we were like, yep, we're still interested. And glory be to God, they accepted our offer and we closed, and we were in this house in a month. So the whole process was a whirlwind, and I'm just truly though appreciative of God's grace and his timing, because it's perfect. So I had literally just been in the apartment for 3 months and then moved out of that apartment, and now we're here. So I've been a little MIA, but it's because we're taking the time to really get our home how we want it to be, and we're just blessed to be here. So I'm just grateful, and we are first-time home buyers, and I want to just take this time to let other first-time home buyers know that it's not impossible, but I do have 3 tips that I learned. Let me get a drink. I do have 3 tips that I learned that I wanted to share with first-time home buyers that was an eye-opening experience for us. But the first one is having a logical home in mind that you want. Sometimes we want a home that is not logically what we can afford or can get approved of. We just see these big Pinterest and Instagram and whatever, Facebook houses, and sometimes we can get discouraged if that is not what we can get. But I'm here to tell you, don't get discouraged. Find something that's more logical and rational for you, to where you can pay the bills there, where you don't have to be house poor, where one person, if you're a couple, find a place that's under budget, where one person can afford to pay all the bills there, instead of taking both of your salaries to pay for all the bills. It's not really ideal. So there's that. Number 2 is this thing called a mortgage calculator. It's for free. It is on Google, and it's really nice because you can kind of plug and chug in numbers to see how much you have to pay for a down payment, and how much your mortgage would cost with what kind of rate. It's really important that you do this step prior to looking for homes, because then you can gauge actually what you can afford. Sometimes we're looking at houses, but we haven't looked at the finances. So look at the finances, do your income to debt ratio, get your credit score up as high as you can so you can have a lower percentage rate on your house when it comes to just buying it, and taxes and everything. So make sure those financials are in order way prior. Start today, don't wait. And use that mortgage calculator, and save your money is the third little tip. Saving money or paying bills, paying off credit cards. It's gonna take some discipline, but my husband is very disciplined. He's more disciplined than me. He's the more financially disciplined one, but he has helped me tremendously just get to a new level of just understanding finances and just trying to do better. And so it does take some financial discipline. And so with those in mind, just keep that in mind. 1, be logical about the house that you want. Don't let your eyes be bigger than your belly. 2, check all your finances and use that mortgage calculator ahead of time and see how the home loan buying process is. And 3, save your money and pay your bills and try to get things in order ahead of time. So that's really all I had to share. I'm excited to share more videos with you coming up. on how I decorate this house. That's why I'm kind of positioned here in this little corner because I don't want to show you guys too much. But I will be showing you some pictures of this house when we first got it completely empty. And if you stay tuned and subscribe below, you'll get alerted when I update more and more videos of our house tour room by room. So again, thank you, and I love you all, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.